The overarching research questions are how can we better manage our forests? How can we reduce wildfire risk? Within that, it's pretty broad. And so I look at questions specifically, how do I utilize things like remote sensing, advanced algorithms, machine learning, to better quantify what's on the landscape from a fuel perspective, and how we can use that to get at risk, and how can we reduce wildfire risk. And so I tend to reach out to the managers, ask them specifically, what is your workflow? What are you looking at? I have a background in forestry. I've spent a lot of time with inventory and management practices and harvesting. And so I come prepared to listen to how they work and see how my research and my ideas on how to optimize, do things more efficiently, look at patterns and processes on the landscape, how that could best help to reduce the cost associated with managing the lands, and how it can make us more efficient and overall help society. Some of the work that I focus on is really technical processing and more computer science that then gets applied to application on the ground. And one of those projects is called Raster Tools. And Raster Tools is a geospatial machine learning processing architecture that allows people to do all sorts of planning and analysis that couldn't be done anywhere else. We've come up with new ways to do that processing and automate it. And so we get at something very practical, like how much fuel is on the landscape. So we take those tools and apply this in a remote sensing fashion to actually say what's on that landscape, which means we can actually look at what would be the cost to deliver material from one location to another. We can use that from a planning perspective to better allocate our budgets and look at what's feasible on the landscape, and later utilize that and optimize it to reduce the risk of wildfire across that landscape. Without these types of tools, you just can't do this work. I grew up in a forestry community. We had a lot of logging and mills. My father worked in the mill. And I have an appreciation for the forest, for the natural environment. And I wanted to be out in the natural environment. So the way to share what we learn and know and build on the information for everyone. And that's primarily what drives me. That's why I want to do what I'm doing.